What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the politics and BS. So we know Trump is going through his hush money trial right now in New York. And we also know that his wife has not stepped foot in the courtroom, in front of the courtroom, around the corner from the courthouse. She is not making her appearance known there at all. So you know that the hush money trial is based upon money that he paid to two of the people that he was screwing while he was with his wife, okay? But he's not on trial for that because he was having an affair. He's on trial because he was running for president when he decided to try to keep these women's mouths shut because he did not want it to affect his possibilities of becoming the president. But because the bar is so low and people idolize people like him that they see as celebrities, people would rather have a celebrity for a president rather than a politician, because a politician he is not. And he's not only just a celebrity, he's someone that is an extreme narcissist that only cares about himself and wouldn't piss on his supporters if they were screaming because they were on fire, okay? But while he's on trial, his wife is hawking some jewelry for Mother's Day. So even though she's not supporting her husband in prison, she's definitely supportive of his grifting ways by trying to get people to purchase a $245 necklace that she's selling to, quote, honor and celebrate all mothers with love and gratitude. So someone wrote for her, because she didn't write this, someone wrote for her on X, formerly known as Twitter. Motherhood exists as the bedrock of the American family and tends to wear several hats: emotional support, inspirational growth, health, love, humor, education, and way beyond. We strive to provide our children with the building blocks to create meaningful relationships, plus the tools to eventually grow into mindful adults who thrive. So she's selling this necklace for $245 to the followers who will buy their shit in a bottle if they were selling it, okay? But it's like she's got time to hawk this fake jewelry, in my personal opinion, but she does not have time to show up for him during this trial. And honestly, I can't blame her. I don't see her as a victim because she is pretty much the, opposite side of the same coin when it comes to him. Remember her jacket said, "I don't really care, do you?" She doesn't care about anybody else but herself either. He cares about himself and she cares about herself. I heard that she got the prenup that they had adjusted before he ran for president, and even more so adjusted right after he won. Because I don't believe that he believed that he was going to win the first time, and I don't believe that that's what she signed up for either, okay? So, are you going to be buying her necklace? Let me know in the comment section. And speaking of buying BS, Senator Tim Scott, who is such a clown from the state of South Carolina, just disgusting. I can't stand this man. I can't even lie to you. But he is willing to sell his soul. His soul is for sale. And so, yeah, he is out here not committing himself to accepting the election outcome if Donald Trump is not reelected. And we know that he wants to be a contender for vice president. That's why, in my personal opinion, he proposed to that woman after dropping out of the race for presidency. But right before he dropped out, he revealed this alleged girlfriend that anybody with eyes to see and ears to hear knows that this man who is in his 50s that has never had a public relationship with a woman, or he, let's be fair, he's never had a public relationship with a man either. He hasn't had one that's been public. But all of a sudden, when he's running for president, now he's got a beautiful Caucasian girlfriend that he met at his church, okay? And then he proposes marriage to her when the talk starts rumbling about who's going to be the vice presidential candidate on the ticket with Donald Trump. And you know, Donald Trump doesn't want any gay people around him. So the ones that don't admit it, like Tim Scott and Senator Lindsey Graham, you know, yeah, as long as you don't admit it. That's how a lot of these people who are either Christians or claim to be Christians, as long as you don't admit, you're all right with us. We might have our speculations, but if you don't admit and you weren't busted, then okay, I'll take your word for it. But yeah, he's out here just being stupid, ridiculous, and I'm not surprised.
Will you commit to accepting the election results of 2024? Bottom line.
At the end of the day, the 47th president of the United States will be President Donald Trump, and I'm excited to get back to low inflation, low unemployment.
Wait, Senator, yes or no? Yes or no? Will you accept the election results of 2024 no matter who wins?
That is my statement.
I'm totally unshocked by anything Tim Scott would do to kiss Trump's rather large orange posterior. This is a guy who just showed you he has no integrity, no honor, no honesty, no ability to lead or stand up for himself or anybody else. He so desperately wants to be Donald Trump's wingman that he's pre-lying about an election that hasn't even happened yet.
Tim Scott is so gross. Every time I see him, I just see that character from the cartoon Fat Albert. And if you know, you know. But he's just disgusting. Nothing about him surprises me. Nothing. He's willing to, in my opinion, lie about being in a relationship with a woman, even going to the lengths of propose marriage on the beach in the cold to show, look at me, I'm not gay no more. And now he's pre-lying because, I'll accept the election results because Donald Trump is going to be the 47th president of the United States. I mean, before Donald Trump, did we ever hear talk like this? The reason why, again, I talk about this stuff and I'm sharing it, I don't care what anybody has to say in my comment section. Even if I get no comments, even if I get 500 comments that people are like, Donald Trump 2024. The reason I talk about this is the fact that this man has pretty much orchestrated all of this BS that has come into politics, which it was already a lot of BS in politics already. But prior to him, did anyone ever hear about elections being stolen anywhere in this country? Anywhere. You didn't hear about it on a federal level and you didn't hear about it on a state level. Who won, and who lost. Were all of the losers happy about it? Absolutely not. I'm not saying every loser was happy that they lost. Some people were shocked and surprised that they didn't win an election that they ran for, whether it was a councilman, whether it was a school board, whether it was a mayor, a governor, a senator, or, congressman, and definitely a presidential candidate. But you accepted it eventually and you moved on. We didn't have all of this stuff about people stealing, people fraudulently voting. Like, we already know that that's not true, because if people were fraudulently voting, the percentages would be higher for the people who actually were voting in the first place. They already know that a high percentage of people actually do not vote, which is ridiculous. It really is, but it's just what it is. Because a lot of people, they listen to the things that make them feel like their votes really don't matter and they don't count. Or they get so tired with the process because these same people, like the Tim Scotts, like the Lindsey Grahams, like the Rubios, Marco Rubios, the Ted Cruzes, all of these different types of people, they put measures in place to gerrymander, to change the districting, to purge people from the voting rolls or whatever they are, people who have been registered, but it's like, oh, this person hasn't voted in 5 years, let's just go ahead and take them off. Like, who does that? Who does that? It's despicable. It's wicked. But this is the type of stuff that they do because it's about maintaining, retaining, and overexerting power. But anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. And again, guys, I'm not a political person. I just can't stand the BS. And to hear Tim Scott sit there and say some stuff like that, it's just disgusting. None of those people deserve to be in office. None of them. Like, just throw everybody away and start over. Okay? So thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.